Hello, writers. I'm Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, as well as business of screenwriting adjunct professor with the David Lynch grad program for cinematic studies. Now, I talk to emerging writers regularly, and what I hear from many, which is not unexpected in any way, is that they're hoping to sell their screenplay. Great thing to aim for, and I think something that every writer who is putting their time and energy into screenwriting should write with in mind the hope of getting their screenplay or their pilot on the screen. But getting there looks different all the time, and I think it's important to talk about what you can expect when it comes to getting your screenplay to the screen in 2025. This is being recorded in September of 2025, and as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you know that context and timing is really important for me to know, because this is an industry where things change all the time. So I think that it's really important to understand what you are aiming for when you say, I would like to sell my screenplay. Of course, every writer, most writers out there would love to see their screenplay sell in a spec sale, in a competitive situation with a number of buyers coming to the table, which I've seen, I've been there for it, and it's definitely a fun thing to watch, to see happen. However, that's a little bit lightning in a bottle, and it's really hard to orchestrate. Now, that's not to say that you can't get your movie to the screen. That is to say that the process works differently today. It used to be that the onus of getting a project set up and packaged laid with the studio, with a financier. Today, we're in a different climate where the expectation is for studios, for financiers, for buyers to favor pre-packaged material. So material that already has elements on it, elements such as name actors, name director, that bring additional value to the package that is built around your screenplay. Because of that, most screenplays, including those that go into production that become movies, if they're not developed from within a studio, if they're initially developed on spec and then find a home, don't initially sell. It doesn't mean they're not going to sell or you're not going to get compensated for it. It just means that the road is going to look a little bit different. In today's market, the best hope for a movie that is hoping to get funded and get shot and end up on the screen is often through the project getting set up with producers who will then bring a package to the material, and then once the package is composed, take it out to studios, to financiers, to mini majors, to buyers, in the hope of stimulating a sale or a funding that will get the project going and shot in front of the cameras. So really what we're talking about is we're no longer in this world of just, here's my screenplay, give me a contract and some money and I will walk away, but rather a world in which a screenplay is looking for a home, a writer's looking for a home for said screenplay, with producers who will then champion it to put together a package and then take it out and try to sell it or get it funded. Again, does not mean that you can't get your movie made or that you won't find producers. It's just not the upfront sale that we saw more in the 90s, in the boom of the 90s, in the spec market, which in truth, it's not been for some time. I mean, I've been talking to people for decades now who've been telling me that we're in more of a package market than a spec market. And what that means is that there's less appetite for a naked spec, a spec screenplay that doesn't have attachments on it, and more appetite for screenplays that are already packaged. And that is usually the responsibility of the producer, who is going to take it on, put the package together, and then take it to their contacts to get it sold or funded. So I hope this explains it a little bit, the state of the current script selling market. As always, subscribe for more, as more will be coming. Apparently, I can't seem to stop. And hopefully we'll connect soon. Bye.